I'm a strongly opinionated person, and I don't expect, I'm not for everybody. Some people are gonna like me, some people are not gonna like me. Funkmaster Flex, he gets mad. Tommy Richmen has that $1 Million Baby song. He goes out saying that anybody who likes that song, that this song is trash, and you're a clown if you like the song.
Do you not like his music because you don't like the way he looks or his personality, or do you not like the music because you don't like the music? You know, there's a difference. 18
to 26-year-old men and women will automatically be entered into a draft if there ever is one. What do you think about that?
I didn't even know there wasn't a draft. Like I've always assumed my whole life, like if there's a war coming, I'm gonna get drafted. Like, you know, so like
I signed up when I was 18 for selective services. You know what I'm saying? I went. My dad told me I had to. He was like, "Yo, if you don't, like, you're not gonna get Social Security." I don't know if that's facts,
but maybe they're doing it now.
That's what my dad told me. I was like 18, bro. I got the letter to the crib. Cheer.
Yeah.
You guys are now listening to the Payz podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Sanchez. I got my co-host with me,
Young Glizzy.
Cheer. What's going on, bro?
Chilling.
How's it going, man? How's your week?
My week was it was decent, dude. You know, nothing extravagant happened, but nothing negative happened either. And it's a blessed day, dude. I'm awake. So
hell yeah, dude. I had a terrible week, bro. It was filthy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. I got the China virus again. I think I'm gonna become the heavyweight champ of the China virus myself.
Yeah, you got like round 2, round 3 with it.
I might be around round 3, round 4, and whoever designed that, they designed it for me. You know what I'm saying? They took my DNA and they said, bro, this is gonna fuck this guy up, and they made it, dude. And I'm only here because the Lord loves me, dude.
It's funny how every time we start doing the podcast again and it gets momentum, you get to the COVID.
Yeah, dude.
Or the China virus.
You know what I'm saying? And like my loved ones and shit, they hit me up because when they hear I get COVID, it becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it could go either way. So like people call me concerned, and I want to tell them like everything's fine, like I feel good, but I'm like in the bed with 104 fever, sweating like a dog, wondering if I'm gonna make it tomorrow.
Yeah, it makes me worry. And for the audience that doesn't know about your previous fight with COVID, dude, you want to tell them just a quick little gist?
Nah, bro. Everybody who knows me, but you know it almost messed me up. I mean, it did mess me up really bad, but I'm still here, so I won. You know what I mean? But eventually, it's gonna be the end of me. You know what I mean? Like I'm in my mid 40s. It's not going away. Like we're going to keep on getting COVID, you know what I mean? And I'm going to hit 70 one day, and I'm not going to survive 5 days of 140.
Dude, it's because you didn't get the boosters, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's what it is.
Hey, dude, get the boosters, bro. It's easy fix. Done.
Yeah,
booster,
bro.
done.
For real. But yeah, man, that's what it was. But this time, you know, I felt good. You know what I'm saying? My girl came through for me. She this is the first time, like, you know what I'm saying, I had a girl when I went through COVID, you know what I mean? So she, like, you know, she's Dominican, so she has like all these homemade cures remedies for COVID, you know what I'm saying?
Remedies, yeah.
Yeah, so like she grinded up some garlic for me with some honey, ginger.
Ginger's really good for
she
when
made
you're
like
sick.
2 different kinds of soups for me, you know what I mean? With all this like exotic stuff in it I've never seen before. And just having her there, it was good. You know what I mean? Because I usually go through it alone. You know what I'm saying? That shit sucks. Yeah. And shout out to her because, like, I was like, that's how you know, like, women love us in a different kind of way, right? Because, you know, I hate to say it, but, like, if my girl tells me, oh, I got COVID, I'll have to be like, all right, I can't see you for 5 days. You know what I mean? Because COVID hits me different. You know what I'm saying? It fucks me up big time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when she heard I had COVID, like, she came over, and I was like, first thing I did was like, yo, like, keep your distance from me. Like, here's a mask. Like, stay away from me. You know what I'm saying? Because I would feel terrible to give you this shit. You know what I mean? She's had it before. You know what I mean? But she was like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Laid in bed next to me, like, slept with me, you know what I mean? Didn't give a fuck. So shout out to her because she made it a lot easier for me, and I gotta pay homage and respect.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I mean? It helped me get through it.
Yeah, if my girl gets COVID, I'm just screwed. She lives in the same house with me. I get COVID tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, it's true.
Every time my girl gets sick, I just look at her and I go, great. Now we're both gonna be sick. Are you happy with yourself? Just get mad at her for being sick. Meanwhile, while I'm sick, she's feeding me, tucking me in bed. I guess it's a different. It is a different. I think is it biological? Like, do you think that's what it is? Like, is it because we're men, or and they're women that they feel the need to nurture us while we're sick?
Yeah, dude, for sure. You know what I'm saying? She's in healthcare too, so it's kind of like her
yeah, that's like her thing.
It's her profession. You know what I'm saying? She's good at it. So she wasn't being a pooty ass, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had to lose a whole week of work, which that shit hurt my pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go to work if everybody else COVID.
Yeah, I did. So I had to, even though most people will just thug it out and know they have COVID and come to work, cough in your face, spit in your hand,
and give everybody fucking
drink
COVID.
out of your drink. They don't care about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not like that. So I took the week off. You know what I mean? What else happened this week?
Let's get into some topics.
No, not yet, dude.
Not yet.
I got a story I want to tell. I want to give a big shout out to my brother. If you guys know my brother, it's Alex Sanchez, and he was a hero this week. You know what I'm saying? I'm super proud of him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't give him enough recognition. You know what I mean? And I feel like he deserves it. So basically, like he was working a post at work. You know what I'm saying? In his job, and a car loses control and smashes on the highway, right? Because he works next to the highway. Smashes a car accident happens, and it spills over into where his work is at, you know what I mean? And then that car, the same car that hit the one car, spins around and hits his car, totals his car, right? Hits another car, and this car is just out of control, smashing into people, right? A big truck, dude, with like a crash bar on it. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like
we're not talking about a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's just causing destruction. And when he looked into it, he saw that it was a young girl like pounding on the glass, looking for help. You know what I mean? And he saw that, and he looked inside. He in a split second, he was able to assess that. He was able to look at the driver, who was also a young girl who was foaming out of the mouth. You know what I mean? She was having a diabetic, I forgot what that's called. Some kind of like a diabetic attack. You know what I'm saying? Like their sugar drops too low, they start foaming, they start shaking while she was driving on the highway. So the car loses control. He runs, you know what I'm saying? Jumps into the car, you know what I mean? After he just got his car totaled, on the highway like a damn superhero, climbs in the passenger seat, climbs in the front, stops the car, and saves them from a catastrophic possible accident where more people gotta get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And he had a split second to do it, and he did it, dude. And I was like, damn, I was impressed. And I was like, yo, but like, why? Why'd you do it? You know what I'm saying? Because like, you might just watch it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna jump into a moving car on the highway to save two people? Or are you just gonna be like, damn, that's crazy? Some people will do it, some people won't. And he was like, bro, I had a split second. He told me I had a split second to possibly help. So I just did what I thought was right. And I was like, yeah, that's fire. So
true patriot right there.
Yeah, dude, shout out to him, bro. I'm very proud of you. I love you. That was fire. You deserve all the credit for that. You know what I mean? We won't get it because when men do exceptional things, bro, it's very rare they get credit for it. You know what I mean? If you're gonna know you're a great man, you'll never know. You'll never hear it. You'll only know when you die. That's when people say, wow, that guy was great. You know what I mean? But I would like to give people their flowers where they're here. So shout out to him. Chia. What else is going on? Dude, now we can get into some topics, bro.
All right.
We're going to start off with some fuckery that I have seen on the internet, right? And it stems from, Hot 97 in New York City. I grew up listening to Hot 97. You know what I mean? We didn't always have streaming platforms and cell phones. You know what I mean? We would get our music from the radio. You know what I'm saying? It's old school shit, but that's how we did it. And if you wanted your own tape, right, you would have to buy a tape player and then hit play and record as the song that you wanted. That you have to wait all day for it to play, right? And then you would hit it at the same time, and you would build your own mixtape like that. And then you would put it in your Walkman, and that's how we would listen to music back then. So I used to make like my own tapes and shit, and I basically grew up listening to all the DJs and all the music. You know what I'm saying? And it was a very prestigious, at one point, a very prestigious radio station. And now that, to me, that shit is trash, right?
Why?
All right, so you got the DJ Funk Master Flex, right? He goes out, and he gets mad because that Tommy Richmen has that $1 Million Baby song. Great song, you know what I mean?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, so he has to play it. I guess he doesn't want to play it. And he goes out saying that anybody who likes that song, that this song is trash, and you're a clown if you like the song. You know what I mean? And I'm like, listen up, bro. Like, I'm like, dude, just because you don't like a song, you know what I mean, doesn't mean that you don't play it for the people who want to listen to it.
Yeah, that's a mistake a lot of DJs make that I noticed lately.
Yeah.
Like, you know, DJs want to play what they want to play, and it's like, yo, not everyone likes what the hell you like. You know what I'm saying? Your job as a DJ is to play the music for the crowd, for the people listening to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And just because you don't understand it doesn't necessarily make it trash or make the people who understand it and like it clowns. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Funflex is an older...
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be pushing 60.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Of course he's not going to like the new wave of music, you know what I mean? And I think Tommy Richmen is doing an amazing job, you know? Tommy Richmen helped write some of the songs on the Brent Payz album. Don't slaughter me because I can't get his name right. I've never been able to get his name right. But Brent Payz also featured him on one of his albums, right? A while back ago, I think on Wasteland. And, you know, Tommy Richmen, he's been around for a minute, and now he's popping off with his own music, which is good, you know?
And it is like, besides the fact that, all right, the song is a positive song.
Yeah, right? It's nothing negative.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a positive song. So, you know, you got a young kid who has a hit song. He's probably riding a beautiful wave of success that God knows how long he was working on it. And then here comes your old ass to come and shit on a young man's success. You know what I'm saying? Like, that might have been his dream to be on your radio station, have you drop a bomb on his fucking song. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The only clown in that situation is you, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it goes back to even, and I think a lot of these, you know, I'm speaking from a young perspective, but a lot of these older DJs and older radio hosts, like, they're not, like, Ebro. Like, you know, I used to listen to Ebro a lot.
He's a clown.
Until... I used to listen to him a lot.
And he's a powerful clown.
Yeah, yes, definitely. But I used to listen to him a lot, like, personally. All his interviews, I used to love watching him until he started trash talking my whole, like, my generation of music. And given, you know, there is some trash music out there and it's definitely washed up lately. But, you know, there's some good ones in the dust.
There's a long list of political stunts that these men have done to young kids that I don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit Ebro did to Kodak, that shit was you know, crazy whack, bro. You know what I'm saying? The shit he did to Taxstone, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because he disagreed with what Ebro was doing. He flexed on him, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, you're putting your ego and you're closing doors for young people in the culture coming up. You're putting your ego in it and taking money out of people's pockets, right? And you're supposed to be like a leader in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my opinions and people don't fuck with my opinions, right? And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm a strongly opinionated person, and I don't expect, I'm not for everybody. Some people are going to like me, some people are not going to like me. If Apple Music blesses me with a job opportunity to be the head of Apple Music, right? And you disagree with something I say, and you make a video about it because you disagree with it, and we're in 2024, everybody has a voice to say their opinion, and I cut you, I take you off a playlist to show you who I am, like, to me, that's corny. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To me, that's very feminine, that's very corny, and you should be all that gray in your beard to be doing that, to flex your power on young kids. That's corny. You're corny for that. And you're not even from New York City. You're from L.A., you know what I'm saying? And you come over there, you be the program director over there, and you ruin that radio station, dog. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people that they don't They don't feel good about it, but they're not gonna tell you because you hold their career in your hand, dog. Got a long list of people that they've done that to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a long list, bro. And Funflex has a long list of sucker shit he did. You know what I'm saying? To send people at Charlemagne to punch him because they disagree with it. Like, yo, are you a gangster or are you a DJ? You know what I'm saying? Are you a business executive or are you a gangster? Like, pick one.
Yeah. And I think they hate on Tommy Richmen because Tommy Richmen is not a gangster. You know, Tommy Richmen is a white guy. He looks like, you know, he looks like trailer park trash. You know what I mean? If you look at him, and not no animosity towards him or, you know, any hate. It's just what he looks like. And I think people can't get, a lot of times people can't take away the way an artist looks from the music. Oh, he looks like an idiot. Oh, I don't like his music. And it's like, yo, but do you not like his music because you don't like the way he looks or his personality, or do you not like the music because you don't like the music? You know, there's a difference.
Yeah,
you know, and sure. Tommy Richmen's killing it right now. So,
and Rosenberg also on that radio station's a clown. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit you guys did to Sheff G. You know what I'm saying? You put out basically a statement on your show that if it was up to you, you would take Sheff G off the Summer Jam because of
his political view,
because it don't align with yours and it don't align with Ebro's. You know what I'm saying? I saw Ebro came out and said, yo, we didn't have nothing to do with that, blah, blah, blah. It's whatever. I respect that if you guys didn't have nothing to do with it. But Rosenberg still said it and you didn't check him on it. You know what I mean? And everybody in this country is allowed to have their own opinion on whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? I don't have to be a Democrat if I want to be on Summer Jam. Like, what kind of shit is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who are you affecting besides the people that want to go to Summer Jam and see that shit? Do people even go there? Because I saw like the show, and it looked completely whack as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I personally think artists should stay away from putting their political views into things. You know what I'm saying? I do think it's good for the political party, but like, I think artists should try to refrain from giving out their political view because you end up separating your audience base. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
it's
facts.
not a smart business decision, but I do give kudos to Sheff G. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For going out and speaking his mind.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that was that topic. You know what I mean? Let's see. That shit was just bothering me for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It didn't necessarily start because of Tommy Richmen. It was just like a long time of like watching the radio station on YouTube.
Bro, but the radio
watching the shit.
Radio is dead, dude. Me personally, as a young man in America, I don't watch cable TV.
Yeah. And
I don't listen to the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I that's never on my it doesn't even align with I don't pay for cable, dude. I don't even know if my car has I'm sure it has satellite radio, but like I've never went to that part of my radio, you know? Mm. I just connect it to the Bluetooth and then play my playlist that I've already made.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, yeah, as far as like tuning into the radio, okay, I understand that. You know, not everybody's doing that. But that don't mean that they don't have a bigger platform than that little radio station. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. High 97 is huge on YouTube. It's big on Facebook.
Yeah, with their interviews and their
and
their discussions.
So we're not talking about like that they don't have a significant presence in media. They do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, that's this or that, dude.
Sorry, I think it's more of a way that like. All right, we can move topics.
Yeah. Let's move on. So there's a new draft of selective services that came out, right? That basically they're going to be drafting automatically. Before, you used to have to sign up. You used to have to say that you want to be part of it. But now the Democrats are putting a new bill that they're going to automatically 18 to 26-year-old men and women will automatically be entered into a draft if there ever is one. What do you think about that?
I think that's bro, I didn't even know there wasn't a draft. Like I've always assumed my whole life, like if there's a war coming, I'm gonna get drafted. Like, you know, so like it's never like, you know, it doesn't affect my way of thought now. But I mean, I'm not against it. You know, I think it's important, especially now in this country where a lot of people won't fight for this country willingly. You know, so I'm not totally against it, but I mean, it does take away some people's free will.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess like as a parent, you got to feel a certain way about that, right?
Yeah, but yeah,
like you got plans for your kid, right? Your kid's is going to medical school. You've been saving your whole life for it. You know what I mean? And one day Uncle Sam knocks on the door and they say, "Oh, your son is in medical school. Well, we're gonna need to send him to Russia." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, it would really depend on the situation of the draft, whether it would bother me or not, you know? Like, all right, are you taking away the freedom of the people for the sake of the country? You know? Because
are these kids today built for it?
I don't think so, dude. I don't think so, but I'm sure boot camp will set a lot of people straight.
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true, dude.
I mean, I think it's a necessity, definitely. Like, if we were getting invaded, if Russia and China both came together, became allies, which they are doing.
No.
But, like, they became strong.
Putin made a stop today in North Korea.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Surprise stop.
They are.
You know what I'm saying?
But
so he went to Cuba. He went, you know what I'm saying? He's down with China. Now he went to North Korea. He's cool with Iran. So, I mean, yeah, you know, people shouldn't speak their political thing because it splits audiences. But if you don't speak your mind politically and you don't get active, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to eat a missile one day? Are you going to be in a tower that gets blown into smithereens by a plane one day because you were ignoring and you were saying, bro, I'm not going to speak my political mind because I don't want to offend nobody?
I don't think not. I think speaking your political mind would be bad in the business aspect. Do I think it's important? I think it's important to talk about politics because at the end of the day, if you don't speak on things get worse. They don't get better without talking about it.
Yeah, it's true. You know what I'm saying? I like risque conversations.
Yeah, I do. I like risky conversation. I'm currently here speaking my political opinion, you know. Yeah. I'm not one. I'm just saying, like, from an outside point of view, if Drake came out and said he's voting for Trump, I'm sure half of his audience is gone.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure. Yeah, no doubt. So so that's that thing about.
But what do you think about the draft? Right? You didn't tell me. You didn't say what you.
I signed up when I was 18 for selective services. You know what I'm saying? I went. My dad told me I had to. He was like, "Yo, if you don't, like, you're not gonna get Social Security." I don't know if that's facts,
but maybe they're doing it now.
That's what my dad told me. I was like 18, bro. I got the letter to the crib. It was a little white letter, and it said, "Christian, you need to go and go to the post office and apply for selective services before this date." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I told my dad, "Yo, what is this?" He's like, "Yeah, you got to do that." I was like, "Oh, all right." I went and I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never got that letter, dude. Maybe my parents got the letter, fucking ripped it up and threw it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was gonna sign up for the military. You know, those dreams were canceled for multiple reasons. But yeah, that's crazy. I'm not against it though. I'm not against it, depending on the situation.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So another thing that happened that was big in the news today was Biden put Chucky Schumer to the Congress and wanted to pass a law banning bump stocks for rifles, right? So calling them machine guns. And of course, the Republicans stood up and said no, and that shit died. But it was more of a political show because the Supreme Court reversed the bump stock ban. You know what I mean? So now bump stocks are legal again. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, I think just to me, or like the Biden administration is just a complete fail. Like everything they try to do, they fail at it. You know what I'm saying? And they're pushing this gun control agenda, and to me, it's retarded. Like we're never ever, me personally, I'm never gonna move an inch on that issue. You know what I'm saying? It's never a common sense.
I think we need more guns.
Yeah, it's never going to be a common sense. You're not going to sit here and tell me that we need to come to a common ground on my civil rights.
Yeah.
No, we don't need to come to a common ground on my civil rights. My civil rights are etched in the Constitution, bro. I'm not moving an inch on it. You guys have already infringed enough on it. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody lives on a white picket fence. Not everybody lives in a penthouse apartment in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Getting Apple checks and living the high life. Like a lot of us are in the gutter. You know what I mean? A lot of us live in pro-gun states, and we have to carry firearms, whether it's because our professionalism, because it's a part of our jobs. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the security industry, you're in the bodyguard industry, you're in the bouncer industry, you're a cop, you're some kind of agent, like you carry a gun on you 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And it's also your responsibility to carry a gun on you 24/7 when you're not working.
And them just changing gun laws and restricting more restricting bullets, restricting bump stocks doesn't mean the criminals are going to be like, oh, dude, we got to fucking return our bump stocks.
No.
Oh, dude, these clips are holding too many bullets. Like, you know, the idea of it is so retarded.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's really just political theater, because if the Supreme Court came out and said you can't, a bump stock doesn't make an AR into a machine gun, we ruled on it. We are the highest court in the land. Click, issue, done. You know what I'm saying? For you to come and make a big spectacle the very next day for your constituency, like, look, we're trying, but the Supreme Court is rogue and they don't want to move on it. It's like, nah, dude, you're just pandering. You know what I mean? You guys lost. You guys are gonna always lose that debate. It's literally, it's not a privilege, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, my driver's license is a privilege. You know what I mean? My personal security is not a privilege. I have the right to carry a gun and defend myself 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're not moving an inch on it. And I don't understand where people blame guns for the evil that men do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't blame your fork for being fat, right? I don't blame my spoon for me being overweight. I blame myself. You feel me? So, yeah, I was watching that today. I was watching the political theater. I was like, yo, these guys are flunkies, yo. Everything they try to do is crazy. But it is dangerous. I'll tell you why, right? Because Biden has gone for re-election, right? So you never get the worst part of the president in the first term. You get it in the second term, because the second term, they're not up for re-election. So all the underhanded, nasty things they want to do, they're going to do it in the second term. You know what I mean? So he's adamant that he's going to pass an assault weapons ban. You know what I mean? And he can't unless he does something tyrannical. But he's not going to do nothing tyrannical this year because he's up for re-election. So if he gets re-elected, it's scary. Scary for our civil rights.
You
and
could
our
ban him,
personal
but
security.
yeah. But you could ban him, but that goes against the Constitution.
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
I don't think it's gonna. This not with this Supreme Court.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
not at all.
So I ain't worried about it. Plus, I think it's kind of like BS. You know what I mean? Like if you really think about it,
Yeah,
like, if you look at modern warfare and the weapons that they use now, you know what I'm saying? Like you're like century-old handgun, and your AR-15, to be honest, is not gonna beat these new drones they have, and these, you know what I'm saying, like this crazy night vision and thermal vision that they could track you down with. These little dog robots that they got now, you know what I mean? Like these freaking tanks that they got, bro. It's like they just let us fight amongst each other about that, but they ain't worried about it. They ain't really worried about it.
Yeah, I don't think they're worried about it. But I do think it makes it easier to control a country. You know what I'm saying? It makes you depend on the government more when you don't have your gun. You start depending on the government for safety.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what like people that try to push their gun control idea on me. They're like, bro, but they try to pull at your heartstrings, you know? Like, bro, but they could do it for the kids, bro. Like,
Do it for the kids. No, I think the schools should have just as much security as the CNN fucking building does. You know what I'm saying?
Or an airport.
Yeah, dude. The fucking airport, you're getting metal detected. Like, our kids aren't worth that much. That tax-paying dollars, our kids aren't worth the tax-paying dollars to protect them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, people tell me about, Chris, you know, you don't have kids, so you don't know what it feels like for them to, you know, for you to go to the mall with them, and then you are completely helpless to some psychopath with a gun.
I'm not. I have a gun.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't believe in it. So they're literally
on me, dog.
They're literally walking around unarmed. You feel me? So
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, bro. It's like, bro, my security, my family security is my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect the government or the police to protect me or my family.
Yeah,
to a certain extent, you know, like if something happens, of course I'm gonna handle it at the very second that I'm there because I have seconds to make a decision
Yeah.
on what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to call the authorities, obviously. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be like, oh, shoot, home invasion.
Hold on. Let
Wait
me
a
call
second.
hold on. Could you wait 1 second?
You're kicking in the
call
door like
911?
911. Bro, I'm being home invaded, dude. It's like, no, bro.
We'll be there in a second. Okay, I'll just wait here.
Yeah.
Hold on. Don't come in yet. The police are coming.
Yeah.
Psh, yeah, right. You just make the criminal want to kick in your door faster.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. All right, we're going to move on to another topic in entertainment, dude. Justin Timberlake was arrested for DUI. Looking bad out here for white boy summer. You know what I mean? When I saw it, I was like, damn, yo. First time. I've lived that. You know what I'm saying? I've been there before, and it's a bad night.
Yeah.
It's definitely terrible. And
Wake up, bologna sandwich.
You learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? But like, how does that happen, bro? Like, I understand why it happened to me. You know what I mean? But that was like before the Uber era, right? There was no such thing as Uber back then. You know what I'm saying?
Taxis are.
We're talking about Florida, not a city. So there is no yellow cabs. You feel me? And it was like, you either are going to not party and be a responsible young man, you know what I mean? Or you're going to drink beer and drive your car. And as a young man, you make stupid mistakes. And I got busted doing that. I learned the system will chew you up and spit you out and teach you something very important.
Yeah, but isn't Justin Timberlake is already older?
That's what I don't like. That's why I'm like, dude, what? Like, number one, bro, you caught a DUI as a celebrity. Like, that's crazy. Number one, right? You got Uber, you got Lyft,
and you got money.
Like, like I got Uber and Lyft. Like, you got limousine money.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You got private suburban money. Like a black on black SUV that, if you want, could follow you around all night. You know what I mean? Unless you're doing some weirdo stuff that you don't want nobody to know about. Right? You don't want the driver to be like, yo, I had JT in the car yesterday. He was doing some funny stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got it.
But that's just a joke, theory. Bro. I'm glad that nobody got hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that he is going to learn from this if he's intelligent. You know what I mean? Hopefully he gets his shit together and but move on. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna find out about drinking and driving through the system.
Yeah, that's true. Yes. Back to what other topics do we have?
All right, moving on. We got the NBA Finals that ended yesterday. Boston won. You know what I mean? It was the most trash finals I've ever experienced. You know what I mean? Boston won. What was it? 4-1. You know what I mean? And it was uneventful, unentertaining NBA Finals. And I have a theory that it was rigged. Right? I'll tell you why. I feel like Boston could have made that sweep happen in 4 straight. You know what I mean? But they wanted to win in Boston, not Dallas. So game 3, I feel like Boston let them win so they can come back to Boston and win it at their home, right? Because the victory's sweeter, right? And I think that's kind of like a shitty thing to do, especially if you gambled on it, right? Because all the arrows pointed to Boston coming with the sweep. And if you were a gambling man, you bet on Boston that night to win, right? Because they were dominating so bad, and then they lost in a weird way, like in by like many points, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, what? Or like Dallas still got a little fight left in them. And then when I saw how they blew them out in game 4, I'm like, bro, they let them fools win so they could win back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you let people win, like, I'm not going to let you, and in any sporting event, dude, I'm never going to let you win.
I think all sports are slightly rigged. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think when it comes to UFC and boxing, that's why I like it a little more, because I believe, you're less likely to get a fighter to throw away a fight and throw his career away. Yeah. Especially a young fighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like to bet on boxing. UFC. UFC is a hard gamble. But every time I bet on NBA, football, soccer, I'm always losing, dude. I never win. Dude. Even when I pick the guy that everyone says is gonna win, I'm picking him with the negative 140, and I lose. I'm like, bro, this shit's trash, dude.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, yeah, bro. Like, I didn't see like a lot of star power in the NBA finals. You know what I'm saying? Boston was a great team, but I don't know, bro. I feel like after LeBron and Curry and Durant and all those guys retire, like the NBA is gonna need to start marketing some new blood is gonna need to come out. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I think it's all in the marketing because Tyler Hero's fire.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I only know the Heat. You know, but
yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, it was a nice celebration. I'm happy for the Boston fans. You know what I'm saying? That those dudes are real basketball fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, their lineage goes deep into the beginning of basketball. You know what I mean? So they deserve the win, but it was uneventful as far as that. Move on to some fighting news. So Mike Perry is going to replace Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. How do you feel about that?
Not familiar with Mike Perry.
Mike Perry is the bare knuckle champion right now. He's on a tear, and he's a very exciting fighter. But he is like significantly smaller than Jake Paul. And he does a lot of damage in bare knuckles. You know what I mean? He knows, like, bare knuckles is a different kind of fight. You know what I mean? When you got
you don't have that cushion.
You don't have that
extra inch.
Yeah, so like your defense is a lot smaller. You know what I mean? And your punches land with a lot more damage as far as your skin getting cut, your teeth hurting more, your lips getting busted, your nose getting cracked. You know what I mean? When you got those big gloves, it becomes more of a chess match than a damage match. And with Jake being so much bigger than him, I mean, I see the advantage going to Jake.
And also, boxing is a point system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how it is in bare knuckle. That's a newer sport that I haven't gotten to get into, you know? Yeah. Well, newer to me. But, I mean, I see Jake winning compared to a bare knuckle fighter. Do I think the bare knuckle fighter could take him and maybe go the distance? Possibly, but Jake winning off a decision is my prediction off of it. Yeah. Just based off of what you told me.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think Mike Perry's a good opponent because he's exciting. You know what I'm saying? He's got kind of has like that wild card, like a Nate Diaz. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not coming to play. Like, he's coming to fight. You know what I mean? And he's going to give it his all. So, I also feel like that shit was rigged. You know what I'm saying? The whole Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing, I feel 100% that shit was rigged. I feel like Mike Tyson was never going to fight Jake Paul. I feel like that was a play to get that Netflix deal, you know what I'm saying? And then change the fighters up at the end. That's what I think.
Nah, that's too big of a conspiracy, dude.
Yeah.
For Netflix, like, you know, full of executives, CEOs, and people that have studied, went to college for years to fall for something so simple like that.
Imagine you're gonna pitch the idea to the Netflix people in a meeting.
Yeah, but
all right, listen, we want to bring Jake Paul. These are the numbers. These are the analytics of his fights, right? But you guys are a bigger platform. You know, you guys are Netflix. Everybody has Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So we want to bring this event to Netflix. You know what I mean? Not charge extra money for it. Everybody's gonna be able to see it on their subscription. You know what I mean? And our first fight is gonna be who? Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Sold. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Me personally, I see that as a Netflix executive. I'm like, boom, let's do it. Now Mike Tyson at the very end gets a mysterious illness and can't do it. Now we got Mike Perry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could trick him, like, if they had a contract with multiple fights. But I mean, I wouldn't see the point in wanting to do it with Netflix. I would think Netflix would want them. They need them more than Netflix than they need Netflix. You get me? Because with their last fight, like, they were doing it on Triller. You know what I mean?
No.
On a streaming platform, on a different one. You know, like, they could have went anywhere. They could have went on live television and had a pay-per-view fight. It probably would have paid out better. Yeah. You know, unless they're just looking for the publicity of it.
True. All right. Well, are you excited about the fight? Who you pick?
I mean, for Mike Perry versus Jake Paul. Dude.
Yeah.
I
just think
on the point system with the decision is what I'm exactly.
The big size difference between them. I think like if Mike Perry was the same like natural weight that this guy is, you know what I'm saying? I'd give him. It would be less of a gap.
Why? Do you know how much the weight difference is?
Yeah, like I think Jake Paul is like around 205 pounds. And Mike Perry walks around like 160.
Damn,
he fights
bro.
like at 150 maybe. You know what I mean? He's not a big guy.
That's ridiculous. Yeah,
he fights.
Is Mike Perry
like
gonna have to gain weight, or is Jake Paul gonna have to drop weight?
I mean, it's probably gonna be an exhibition, so it's gonna be like a celebrity boxing match. So I think that's what it's gonna be. But I know also that like Jake Paul was putting on a lot of weight to fight Tyson.
Yeah, I think he's gonna probably drop weight.
Yeah, you saw him. He looked like thick. You know what I mean? And I think now he's gonna cut. And to meet Mike Perry at a closer weight. Yeah, like he's still going to be the way bigger man out of the two of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why do you know the height? Yeah, there's a height difference as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that goes into reach and all the other little small things.
Yeah, did you see the Tank Davis fight?
No.
Oh, man. It was a good fight. It happened on Saturday, and it was Martin versus Davis, right? And I never heard of this Martin guy. Yeah. I never heard of this Martin guy before, but he looked good. You know what I'm saying? He looked good on paper. I saw like, you know, that pre-fight thing that they do where they hype him up. And I was like, bro, this guy looks pretty good. He's got 18 professional fights, but he's young, he's hungry, he's in shape, and he knows how to box, right? Now, I want to see, you know, Tank's 30 years old now. I want to see him fight the best of the best people, but it's boxing. And that sucks. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to get to see the fight you want to see.
Yeah, because they pick their fights.
Yeah, dude. They handpick them and shit. But, all right, so they give this kid Martin a shot. And, you know, round one comes out, and Tank is significantly smaller than dude, right? I was like, oh, shoot. Like, Tank's always looking smaller than his opponents. You know what I mean? And the fight starts, and Martin's winning every round, bro. Every round. You know what I'm saying? All the way until... the other guy got knocked out in the 9th, but he to me, like I was watching it, and he was definitely dominating the fight as far as boxing. You know what I mean? Yeah, Tank looked like his punches were hurting more, but Martin was landing more and landing a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily like fucking him up, but he was winning the fight. And if you see Tank's face afterwards, he had a lot of damage. You know what I mean? More than I've ever seen anybody have damage on Tank. You know what I mean? But Tank was just persistent, like was walking him down, like not respecting the dude's power. You know what I mean? Like, you know when you're fighting somebody and they don't respect you, they just walk into your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, I'll take 3 of yours to give you 1 of mine. And that's what Tank was doing. You know what I'm saying? And that takes a lot of balls to fight like that. You know what I mean? And he did it, bro. When he was down on the cards, I was like, yo, Tank's going to lose this fight. You know what I mean? On points, he's going to lose this fight if he doesn't knock the guy out. And I heard, like, his corner tell him, like, yo, you need every round, dog. If you don't win every round, bro, you're going to lose this fight. And Tank came out there, bro, and, like I said, he stalked the dude and fucking knocked him out. And it was spectacular. And then he ran up on the stage, and he did the backflip. You know what I'm saying? That he usually does. Yo, if you're into photography or just art or sports photography, sports art, like, there's a couple of, like, really cool pictures out there in the world, right? You got Muhammad Ali standing over Sonny Liston screaming at him, get up. That was like super epic. You know what I mean? And I saw this beautiful shot of Tank like flipping in the air. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like beautiful. I was like, bang. You know, I was like, yo, what a great shot. Whoever that photographer was, like nailed it.
Hey.
Yeah, but imagine like getting knocked out. Like you're in the fight of your life, right? And you're winning this championship fight that everybody didn't think you could win. You're winning it on points, dude. He knows he's winning. You know what I mean? And then you wake up and you open your eyes and you see Tank doing a backflip in the air. And you go, damn, dog. Like, that had to break his heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, you shout out to Tank Davis, bro. He is exactly who he says he is. He's one of them. He's one of the top greats. You know what I mean? Can't take nothing away from him. If you look back at his career, like he's been training since he's 7 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not ridiculous. Yeah, it's not that he is just he is a tremendous talent, but It's not like he picked up boxing at 18 years old and he's just like a super hard puncher and he knocks people out. Like he's a master boxer in there. You're looking at a master when you watch him fight. You know what I mean? Who's gonna be able to beat him? Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like he knocked out Ryan with a body punch. You know what I'm saying? He has a very small stature, small frame for a fighter, and most people have to cut weight to fight him. And since he's the draw, he makes you cut that weight. So a lot of guys go in dehydrated to fight him, and they're weaker. You know what I mean? So the guys who are really a danger to him are too big for him. You know what I mean? And they're not going to dehydrate themselves to fight him because they're already champions. You got like guys like Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying? Errol Spence. Those guys are very dangerous fighters, and it would be cool to see them fight, but I don't see Tank moving up to fight them. Lomachenko I heard is rumored to be next to fight Tank in a unification fight. I don't think that I think Lomachenko's too old to.
He's a very skilled fighter, though. He's also been fighting since he was young.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And training.
He can pull. You're right, dude. He can pull a decision over Tank.
Yeah, and
if Tank doesn't knock him out.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen Lomachenko get knocked out.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. And he's like I think it's possible. I think that's a good fight right there.
Yeah, I just wish Lomachenko was like in his prime and not about to retire when he has to fight Tank.
Yeah, but Tank might be underestimating him. Lomachenko did just fight that one guy that I bet on the other guy.
Yeah.
Unknown name. Made me lose money.
I could have told you that, bro. When you told me you were going to bet on the Lomachenko, you didn't even say Lomachenko. You said Loma something.
Lomachenko.
Yeah, and you said that it was a UFC fight.
Yamachenko is what I said.
And you said it was a UFC fight. Yeah, and I was like, I never heard of a UFC fighter that night. And then you're like, no, bro. That day of the fight, you're like, no, it's the boxing fight, Lomachenko.
Yeah, because I had two bets.
Like, dude, you bet against Lomachenko, dude. Yeah. I could have told you, like,
I had two bets. Now I knew of Lomachenko, but the guy that was fighting against him had more fights than Lomachenko, and he had more wins. You know what I'm saying? Because Lomachenko had less fights, and this kid was new and coming up. So I was like, oh, dude, he's gonna win. Like, it was. And the parlay was undeniable, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. Them parlays be killing me, dude.
Yeah, dude.
But that's I lost it, dude. But
I got you. Well, that's the end of the show, bro. I'm gonna leave you guys on this, right? I saw a cool quote today. It said that it only takes 1 year to change, one good year to change the trajectory of your life, right? So I was like, yo, this is the year for me that I'm gonna change my life for the better. And it takes 1 day at a time, right? 1 day at a time, having a good day, doing your best to have that good day will lead to a good week, which will lead to a good month, which will lead to a good year, right? So let's lock in, Glizzy.
Yeah,
you know
every
let's
day.
do our best to be the best man that we can be.
Every day we have to strive for greatness because sometimes you could get lucky.
True that. I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you for putting this together. Much love. Love you, cuz. Happy Father's Day to all the guys that was fathers. We missed it. Happy Juneteenth if you celebrate that. Thank you guys for watching. Love, peace, respect. Out.
Wow.